Hi, everybody. My name is Jessie, and I'm here today with the Rocky Mountain Raptor program to bring you another one of our Wednesday live streams. I hope you guys have enjoying the weather here in Fort Collins. I do hear we have some snow coming in this weekend, so I hope you are prepared for that. Today we have with us one of our Swainsons Hawks, and so today I'm going to be talking to you about a little bit about Swainsons Hawks, this particular ambassador who's a permanently disabled educational ambassador here with us at the program, and give you a little bit more info about migration and what we have to do to work around that in rehabilitation and here at the center. So this is one of our female Swainsons Hawks. She came in to us in 1991, so she's going to be 30 this year, which makes her just a little bit older than I am. She's been with the program pretty much since the beginning and is one of the treasured educational ambassadors we have here. Definitely runs things around here. She is quite the queen. The average lifespan in the wild for a Swainson's hawk is around 12 to 15 years. So in human care, animals generally tend to live longer, but she has definitely succeeded anything we've ever thought. She's one of the older ambassadors we have here, and we hope she has many, many more years here with us. She was brought in originally with a car strike injury. And so with that injury, she fractured her metacarpus, which is basically just her wrist and hand area and her wing, and that actually left her to be non-flighted. So although she still has a great quality of life here with us, she is not a flighted bird. And her coming in as a first-year bird gave her the opportunity to really adjust well into human care. And so being with us over 30 years at this point, she's done great. She's one of our first handling birds here. So when you come in as a volunteer, and if you learn to handle our educational ambassadors, she is one that is very patient, very tolerant, and very helpful with the learning process. So when we have Swainson's hawks come in to us here at the rehabilitation center, if they come in as a first-year bird, they have to remain with us for the longevity of a year in order to make sure that they have the tools and skills that they will need to make the long migration. And so if if rehabilitation birds don't already have the skills to know their migration route, we will hang on to them, give them the best care possible until it's time for the species to gather up here in Colorado and make the migration to Argentina. And so a gathering of these types of birds is called a kettle. And once the kettles start to gather, we will locate one that seems like a good fit and take any rehab birds that have been waiting to meet them, make friends, and learn the route down to Argentina. And so the migration route happens twice a year. And so the orange area here in the map you can see is where they are here in the summer. And so during the summer, the Swainson's hawks are here. This is breeding season. They are definitely going to be gathered. You'll see them more often here. And then the yellow is the route all the way down south that they'll take to Argentina or South America. And so they're going down there to winter over. And now, like many people, they don't like the snow as much. And so food becomes scarce, and they are going to go to Argentina to get fattened up over the winter and make the long migration back. And so what this means is that twice a year, they will start to get prepared for this long trek. And so I don't know about you, but if I go on a car ride or a road trip, let's say, I love to take snacks. So I'm going to get fattened up for my road trip, and they are going to do the same. And so they will get what is called hyperphagia, which is basically just very, very excited for food. They become protective. They are going to get as much food as they possibly can into their bellies to prepare them so they have less pit stops along the way. And so even though the Swainson's hawks here at our program as educational ambassadors have never made that long migration, they still have the urge to get fattened up, and they want to protect their food. And so they'll put on this huge display that you can see here called mantling. And it's quite fun for us here at the center. They look like little dinos in my eyes, and they just really even though they do look a little bit fiercer, they're not aggressive towards us. They just want to make sure that they're the one that gets the food as lovely and delicious as that rat looks, I think I'm good on that. But they're not quite sure, so they want to protect it as well. And this happens twice the year. And so even though the educational ambassadors have not made that long migration, they don't know how, they never got the opportunity to learn from their peers, they still have that instinctual drive to protect the food, to make sure that they're going to be able to make their quote unquote migration. And so it's very interesting to know that some things come innate, but other things have to be learned in nature. And so this is one great example of the opportunity that these Swainsons hawk have to work together to move south. And once they know the route, they're able to continue it and keep it going further. So thank you so much for joining us today. Our Swainsons hawk female here has been such a treat, such a pleasure to have. And I hope that you'll join us again next week.